check engine light came back up, but that's okay. We know what it is, and we're going to address that issue on the way to the junkyard right now. Fuel economy is just awesome. I mean, I was happy to get 22 to 24 with Ivy. That's my 69 164. Carbureted, inline 6, 150 horsepower. This thing, twice the power, a little bit smaller displacement. Modern fuel injection. I'm cruising at this nice straightaway, 65 to 70. The trip meter here is reading anywhere between 30 and 50 miles an hour based on the slope, or miles per gallon based on the slope of the road. This car is slick through the air, and it is happy to get me much higher fuel economy numbers. The last, I don't know, 10 miles of driving, we are at 31.6 average MPG. And that's pretty good. That's, you know, slow speed limits in town with only a couple of stops for lights, but 35 to 40 miles an hour. Not bad. I'm very happy with this so far. And we're back.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Hold on, we're fired.
It's kind of cool being here. I'm glad I waited till we can go together.
It makes me feel special.
I've had this on my eBay watch list for a year, dude. And they're here. What?
Sorry, I love these cars.
Oh my goodness, both of them. Now let's see if the third one's here, which covers this. We gotta find that one. Wow, I'm so sad to see a V8 though.
Yeah, I don't know why it's here.
Bum skis.
Transmission maybe?
It's so interesting how the sound is much calmer on this side. Up the road, we have a 2001 Volvo S60 T5. This here is also a T5, 2.3 liter high pressure turbo, but it's a 98. Soren needs a turbo for his XC70. Or no, V70 XC. Wait, it's this generation?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're good then.
Awesome.
Pull it off, 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 pull it
Can't
off.
work under this picture.
As soon as I stopped, you got it. Nice.
And
Row 11, silver, 2001 S60.
see it.
This is allegedly a T5. Oh, look! Someone who knows. Oh, these are pretty. Oh, they're metal. Well, the intake boot is off. Soren's checking for shaft end play on our Rubo. Oh, come on. S80, non-turbo, big trunk. Here is a 2005 S60.
Okay.
Very handsome, non-turbo.
Non-turbo.
Good looking car.
Don't run.
Huh.
No oil. Hey, David.
According to the database, 7% of all of the S70 turbos were manual. This is a T5 manual, baby. Still got the factory wheels on it. All those fighting words. So sad. Somebody done messed up. This car got impounded because... Dun, dun, dun. New Mexico. These are big holes too.
45 caliber, baby.
Wow, look at that evidence. I love it. Success. Closing time. You pull and pay in California would just be LKQ. I would have expected to pay at least $200 for everything, maybe even more. I expected to pay $200 today. And you know what? 140 bucks for all that trim and stuff. Amazing. I got so much trim. The guy seemed a little overwhelmed by how much crap I had accumulated and just put it into the basket. But they were cool about it, and I was cool about it, and it just feels good to do the right thing and be honest about all the parts. Yeah, the car is well on its way to get all the little miscellaneous bits and pieces that were broken, missing, or whatever back on. I was impatient. I already started putting things away, but you can see I picked up a bunch of stuff. Front bumper, I'm gonna paint these, and these. Got some wipers. I think there should be some more floating about, unless I forgot them. It's Junkyard. Whoops. Do the firewall blanket and the trunk carpet first. Part of me worries if I'm getting carried away with all these little bits and pieces, but like these gray clips, for example, black versions of these exist on the door panels around the perimeter. But here, it was missing the gray here, and there. Nobody will really notice these. If they're black, they might stick out a little bit, but it's just enough for me to know that I did it right. So at least my brain's at ease. Somebody out there might appreciate it. There's the panel put in, but here's the part where we can go above and beyond. Because we have some of these extra clips, I've cut a hole out so that the top piece that's sagging a little bit can mount up into that spot. And it's not much of a sag here, but give it a rest, Dave. I don't know what that clip is there for, or the bracket. Maybe another option that maybe have been used in like an S80 or something. But there it is, et voila. I'm changing the stained out rear parcel mat on my S60R to have a grocery flap. Inside this, on the right side hinge, was this old penny, 1983 actually. In 82, penny stopped being 95% copper, 5% zinc, and switched over to being 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. So if this penny were 1 year older, having it squished here, well, it wouldn't have happened.
Boy, they taught me that the pygmies were savage people just because they live in the forest, which isn't true. You know, it's not just because you live in the forest that you're a savage man or a savage woman. Savage people, to me, live elsewhere than in the forest. They usually live in cities.
Doesn't really match. I didn't need to buy these, Soren already had some. In a few minutes, we're gonna be going to do a scrap run at this very store right here. Master's Touch. Soren had asked me to meet him at Master's Touch, our local independent Volvo shop. And I like to take the Village here because I get to cruise just around 1500 RPM the whole time. And my fuel economy is gonna be like low to mid 30s, which is pretty stellar. For the last, I don't know, 4 miles or so, it says 36.1 average. That's why I like manual transmissions a lot. Trouble is, sometimes you get stuck behind slow pokes. Boy, I love having 6 speeds. This is really great. I added this cup holder. The ratcheting effect is broken and it's gray. Everything else is black. That's a problem. $83 from FCP if you want a brand new one. But at least in the meantime, it's a very good phone holder at full extension. Very good. Yeah, you told me on the phone. I was really happy to hear that. All right, so look at all these beautiful inline sixes. That's an inline 5, and that's another inline 5, and so look at this one beautiful inline 6. This is the best way to transport an engine right here. Forgot to show this in the last video, but Nordcap Blue. It's actually a really nice color on Soren's R. This is the 05. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 21, 25. And here she is again. Oh my word. I can't get there. Oh boy, I gotta switch to the wide angle for this. There we go. Look, a red Volvo 240 hatch under a red Volvo. Ah, wow. Okay, so from the underneath here, you can see the drain plug. My drain plug was shiny and new. The valve body, I believe it to be right under here. Hey, Soren.
So you see that black pan? It's right here. Would be on your left side, right side.
Oh, yep, there she is.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, valve body's in there. Okay, so that's where the cross member's got a subframe.
Subframe to get it out.
You doing the front two, or do you do all 4?
What?
The subframe bolts.
Drop all 4 and then hang on to the control arm.
Wow-wee. This here is the weakest spot on the 5-cylinder. From the 2.3 to the 2.4 to the 2.5, it's the bores, baby. I'm sure there's other changes, but the bores, you know, the strokes remain the same, but it was the displacement by bore. So people have put shims in here, and I'm talking just, you know, regular feeler gauge shim. It's a metal piece, and then they would hammer them down in there and help keep it from cracking, but I don't know about that. I'm sure it'll work, but it just looked sketchy on YouTube. Anyway, back to this. All 4 bolts have to come off. All 4 corners of the subframe are dropped. And then the poor thing has to be exchanged because the first one that they put in was faulty. The torque converter clutch solenoid did not work. Hey look, there's my little cats. And I think there's 2 more cats up there. This car has 4 cats on it, if I remember correctly, which is like the world's first SULEV, super ultra low emissions vehicle. I didn't even get those letters right. Anyway, I gotta help Soren here. I'm getting all kinds of distracted. Hey, a 4-cylinder white block. That must mean it's an S40. There's a little baby turbo on one side.
I think.
I hope you stay put. Please. Okay, wall of shame. Here we are. Yep.
That's a gunner.
No, that's what I call self-clearance. Thanks for the laugh again. I say, what'd you get with the program here? At least for the photo. Tell me if that cap is a fair assessment. Okay. Well, let it dry, and then we'll find out in a few minutes exactly how well it turned out. This just in, 2005 bumpers have a totally different plastic trim. Whoopsie daisy. Let's try this again. Am I crazy? Maybe. David Hunt with his P1900 and his 164 has cherished more so the ability to drive them than their ability to be perfect looking models or examples of a car that's showroom quality. I like my cars to look nice. He does too. But what I've learned is sometimes good enough doesn't have to be the enemy of the perfect. In fact, you can get it to be quite, well, as I like to say, mad decent, and just enjoy it from there on. For example, I have painted the bottom of the bumper. The lip had some chips and stuff that were gone. The intercooler itself also had a lot of black chips from whatever silver paint was there. And I just used my regular silver paint, and it blended quite nicely. Did a little bit from a distance, taped some portions of it, etc., etc. So we have a silver top, silver middle. We'll keep the black plastic on the bottom. The rest of it looks pretty good.